Good chapter. Very good chapter. Oh my god, Fujimoto. I mean, we've been having this issue with Tatsu a little bit. Um, which is interesting. Where we have that stereotypical cycle of what are they cooking? What are they doing, right? Like you're destroying Chainsaw Man, you're destroying da da da. This fucking sucks. Not really. Not really. I think sometimes it can be a little less exciting, but we have to be there for the highs and the lows. Otherwise, what kind of supporter are you? I mean, well, you can do whatever you want. But first talking point for me, and I don't know if people are going to talk about it. I haven't checked the Reddit or anything. I've very briefly, very quickly talked to my partner, Egan Media, about it. But is Fire Devil not a guy? I mean, I love how um Andro some of the characters can look. I don't know if it's a guy, if they're a fellow queer, which is really coincidental with Pride Month and everything is really like, calculated, right? They could be a gal. It looks like a dress to me. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And I almost fall fault to assuming that a overpowering, like super powerful character that doesn't just immediately scream like scream like girl box as like a guy. But I don't know. You can correct me. I don't know if we know the gender of it. I'm not even sure if we know the actually do we? For the nail one. You know what I'm talking about. But God, why is it that the moment I start recording I start feeling tired? We are fighting this. Anyway, let's go back into it, right? So we learn about Fire Devil lore, right? The two twins, blah 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 blah, tragic story, whatever, sir. I don't care. No, I'm kidding. But I think it's quite interesting because we get to see a little bit behind the curtain as to what motivates Fire Devil. And I think this pushes the idea of, hey, you may be feeling like you're the shit right now, but you are not the main character to everyone's story. In fact, you are really just the main character of your own. And you're not, how do I describe it? Like, you are not the be all and end all, like, savior to people. There are other perspectives that you need to learn about for what you do. I mean, to put it in a jokingly way, it's like when superheroes go, we saved fucking New York or something, and like everybody's homeless because you like lit their apartments on fire and McDonald's for some reason. You just targeted the McDonald's. You set them on fire and said, fuck it. I do want Burger King chicken nuggets for the rest of my life. I don't know. But like, um, God, that was that was almost so unrelated. But like the almost like hazard almost the hazardous ways in which Chainsaw Man is attacking or like dealing with certain situations, it's both, hey, like figure it out, Chainsaw Man, you need to like be more delicate. But at the same time, I actually get the other point of view of, hey, like Denji like is still trying to hone this power. And we've seen in actually recent chapters that he is just trying to go by his moral values of his sample size of life. Unfortunately, we can't save everything, and we can't deal with everything at the same time. So, as much as Fire Devil is opening him up to the actions of his consequences, which are very important, and I think a big part of getting into adulthood, I think it's also harsh. So, having to be like, well, I'm gonna put you through the same fucking like scenario again is a little bit tough just because he didn't know, right? Obviously, don't go around killing innocent children. No duh, right? But I think maybe it's a little hypocritical. Maybe this is just the lens that I'm going down of. You guys can correct or suggest other ways of viewing not just this chapter, but just how Fire Devil is going about this. But it's interesting because I think Aging Devil had a purpose to Denji and Asa a bit in the way that they aged. And now Fire Devil is maybe fueling the fires to what consequences that Denji has. And maybe every single devil has now become a lesson, right? A new side of growth to Denji. And whether he properly confronts it and like deals with it, defeats it, whatever, determines his path going into adulthood, right? I think it's almost deliberate that we make him 18 for that case, that he's not some naive like teenager anymore, although 18 is still your teens, but like you can get like you can have some serious like repercussions now that you're adulting, right? Your actions have consequences, and I think there's room for very juicy, very interesting, rich development, right? Now, is he gonna save his baddie, Asa slash Yoru Mitaka? Yeah, probably. But I don't think Chainsaw Man as a story will necessarily be a quote unquote like good ending, like with the direction that we're going. Still don't think we're anywhere near close. It's funny to think that we might have been, but there are too many things in the story that need to be either wrapped up or there are some things that Fujimoto have done that are a little bit more open-ended. I haven't delved into too much. Some short stories, right? It's interesting. It's very interesting as to where this will go. But the big thing that I will leave you with is from this point forward, are these devils just lessons that Denji builds his life upon? And which decisions do you think he will make moving forward? Or will he just think with his penis and call it a day? I don't know.